everyone, and welcome to our Meet the Creator for August. This is one of two of the videos that we are producing for August, and I am so excited to do this one because it's such a fun book, and I really enjoyed reading it. So today I'm going to be talking to Simon Phillip about his new picture book, Wanna See a Penguin, which you can probably see above my head there. Good morning, Simon. Lovely.
Morning, Bev.
And if it's okay with you, we'd like to start with a little bit of a reading of the book. Is that okay?
Fab, yeah. So this is Wanna See a Penguin. It's written by me, Simon Phillip, and illustrated by the brilliant Ian Smith, and it published with Oxford University Press in April this year. Hey, wanna see a penguin? You betcha. But where? Don't you worry. I know just the place. Come with me. You don't have to be a penguin expert like me to spot one. It's pretty easy when you know what to look for. They're black and white, distinctive, and look, there's one now. What? Penguins don't have stripes. I know, I was just testing. Well done. Come on, this way. Penguins come in all shapes and sizes, but have many common features. They're black and white, distinctive, don't have stripes. And look, there's another one. Blimey, I'm not sure what that is, but it's definitely not a penguin. And anyway, penguins can swim. Not many people know that, but you're right. There's no catching you out. Now look, over there. Don't be silly. Penguins have legs. I know. You're looking in the wrong place. I meant over there. Oh, come on. Penguins don't have horns or hooves. I know that. Do you? Yes. Then what are we doing here? Look again. Really? A dog? But penguins have webbed feet? Goodness, you are demanding. All right, I'll show you an actual penguin. Follow me. No. Not just webbed feet. Okay, it has a bill and I'm sure it's great at swimming. But penguins have 2 legs, not 4, and feathers, and they are black and white. Right, well if you want to see that sort of penguin, that's what I'll show you. There, happy now? No, that's a puffin. Puffins fly, penguins don't. Okay, well I know just where to find a black and white non-flying penguin if you really insist. Huh? A panda? Pandas can't fly. True, but you're forgetting all the other things. Oh. You don't know where to find the penguin, do you? Of course I do. And you're not really a penguin expert, are you? Yes, it depends how you... Be honest. No, I'm not. But I really want to see one. And I thought if we looked together, you might be able to help me. I'm sorry. That's okay. I understand. I'd like to see one too. But there aren't any penguins around here. Sorry. And then in the back here we have a brilliant fact file with great information about all the characters from the book, and another example of Ian Smith's fantastic illustrations.
They are absolutely delightful, aren't they? So why picture books? And I have to say, having looked at your website, I hope you're not running off to be a barman anytime soon, because I think you're much better as an author.
I gave it up 2 years ago. I did it for quite a long time, but I thought I had to take the plunge. And COVID was actually quite a good trial run for me because it meant I was at home full time and I had nothing to do but write, really. And it gave me the confidence that, sorry, my cat's making an appearance here. Gave me the confidence that I had enough ideas and the discipline to do it. So yeah, I gave up being a barman 2 years ago. But why picture books? Well, it's kind of what got me into being a children's author, to be honest. I trained to be a primary school teacher And during the English sessions of the university side of the course, our tutor would read us a picture book at the start of every session. And I probably hadn't had any contact with picture books since I was 5 or 6, but they were brilliant. I thought they sort of moved me or made me laugh in some way. And I think he read us ones I can remember: The Heart and the Bottle by Oliver Jeffers, and Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus. And both of those, I thought, these are brilliant. And I've always loved writing, and I thought, oh, I might have a go at that. So yeah, picture books are kind of, it feels the most natural fit for my writing style and sense of humor and things. And I love that you can just do all sorts with a picture book, really. They're, in some ways, they're quite restrictive because obviously you've got a certain number of pages normally, but I actually find those boundaries quite helpful. It's really, really helpful for structuring how you're going to tell the story. And obviously you've got the use of the page turn as well, which is great for setting up jokes and delivering punchlines and things. I think they're just beautiful products as well in their own right, really. There's so many brilliant illustrators out there that, yeah, it's a joy to work with them. So I love picture books, obsessed with them. Yeah.
For me, I think you've really captured the supreme confidence of young children very well in the main protagonist, which is your explorer. Do you have any real life models that you base your characters on, or is that brought from your experience in primary?
No particular people for this one, I don't think. And actually, I don't spend as much time as I'd like to in schools with small kids. But I think I'm, like most children's authors, I'm probably a bit of a child still at heart. And kids are funny, aren't they? They've got a very entertaining way of looking at life and sort of telling stories and things. And yeah, just that confidence, I think sometimes you can lose as an adult. So it's quite nice to put yourself in children's shoes and be one for a bit whilst you're writing a story. But yeah, the characters in this book weren't inspired by particular children I know or people I know, but they were fun characters to write.
They are they're fun characters to read. They are definitely fun characters to read. So you've worked with many illustrators, and I'm sure you love Ian Smith's images as much as your readers will do. But I'm very interested in the process. So from having your original idea, what happens then? Do you design what you want on the pages, or is that left to the illustrator?
It's left to the other professionals, really, who know what they're doing.
Okay.
I write down the side of my. I normally write all my stories to begin with on paper, or at least the ideas for them, and I'll type them up into a Word document. And then down the side, I'll write illustration notes for what I think should happen in the pictures. But I try not to be too prescriptive. They're mainly just suggestions because I find that illustrators know what they're doing and have a much better vision than I do. So it's only really if it's sort of integral to the plot or a joke or something. But yeah, once I've sort of delivered the final manuscript, it's out of my hands and I just let everyone else do the work, which is quite nice, to be honest.
I can imagine.
And I'll be sent sort of character samples at the start and rough illustrations as the process goes on, which is always really exciting to see. But yeah, I have little to do, really. But Ian worked ridiculously fast. He's probably one of the quickest illustrators I've ever worked with, which is lovely for me because it means I get to see the art much quicker than I normally expect to. I was blown away by how quickly he got them back. I went to the OUP sales conference last week, and one of the marketing team came up to me and said, "Oh, I've got a blad here for the next book in the series. Want to see a llama? And would you like to see it?" And I said, "That's great, but I've had it for a year already." That's how quickly it works. So yeah, he's brilliant.
So okay, that brings me to two of my next questions. First one being, why a penguin?
Why penguin? I don't actually know, to be honest. I can remember where I got the idea for this story from, which is quite rare because half the time I don't know where my ideas come from. But I was reading, when I'm short of ideas, I flick through all the picture books I've got at home. And I was reading this one here, another Oliver Jeffers book, and came to this page with the unexpected line, "Want to see a dead fly?" And for some reason that sparked something off in my head, and it happened to be a penguin. I thought, want to see a penguin? And it went from there, really. And they're great characters as well. There's loads of picture books with penguins in, aren't there?
So one of my other questions was going to be, what are you working on next? Well, it sounds as though you've already completed the next one.
Yeah, so the next one, I can give you a sneak peek, actually.
Oh, well, you do love a sneak peek.
So this is the next book, which is out in March next year, I think. It's I Want to See a Llama this time. Why llamas? I mean, when it came to writing the second book, I knew I wanted to use the formula I had in Want to See a Penguin, but obviously there needs to be a point of difference too. Yeah. So I thought, why not start with researching characters animals, not characters, animals that become characters, that often get confused with one another. So things like leopards and jaguars and alligators and crocodiles, and obviously alpacas and llamas. And I chose them because I think they make brilliant characters, and also they really are easily and frequently mixed up.
Yeah.
So this is the next one. I was going back through this the other day to try and find my favorite spread, and there's just so much that I hadn't noticed before. You can see on the front here, there's a dog character in this one, and his just range of expressions is just brilliant. So yeah, Ian's done a fabulous job on that again. So that's out next March. And what I'm writing next, I guess I'm going to try and write another one, because I think OUP are keen to try and do more if we can. Yeah, I can't really reveal any more about that, but it's all very early stages.
I thought you might not be able to. Yeah, okay. I mean, I'm so pleased to hear that you are doing more, because the format just works. It works so well. And I think the children are just going to be so excited to spot the penguin on every page. And I'm glad that you showed the animal facts at the back of the book, because I found those fascinating. I mean, who knew Dalmatians are born completely white?
No, I didn't until we researched them.
Yeah, know that at all. So the animals that you've got the facts on at the back of the book, did you choose the animals that well, obviously they're the animals that are earlier in the book, but did you have to do a lot of research, and was there anything you found out that really surprised you?
I did do research, and it was basically trying to get all the characters from the book in there. I learned quite a lot, really. I didn't know many of these facts before. I'd never heard of a snake-necked turtle until I wrote this book. I knew a little bit about pangolins. This is the next book I've got here. So I'm giving away some of the characters here. Maybe I should go back to the penguin book. But it was all quite new to me, which was good fun. It's always nice to learn something when you're writing. But I think animals are perennial favourite characters, and there's like everyone loves animals, don't they? So there are loads of great fun facts out there on the internet. So yeah, it was easy.
So I mean, obviously the animals are the main focus, totally the main focus. But personally, I think the story is also about friendship, collaboration, and kindness, because the way that the young boy deals with the fact that this poor young lady is found to know nothing at all about penguins, I thought was very kind. Was that something that you were conscious of bringing that across in the book?
I don't think I set out to do that necessarily, but it just seemed like a natural way to end. I think it's always good to promote kindness, whether you set out to do that or not. And yeah, I think that's what we should be encouraging kids to be.
Well, I have to say that above everything else, I think the book is just such good fun. It's such a fun read, and it would make a perfect read aloud. It's going to be so good to read aloud to a group of kids, for them to be shouting, it's there, very pantomime, he's behind you sort of thing, isn't it? So
I knew when I set out that I wanted to do a book where readers were being on a joke from the start. I think that will be really fun. I haven't done any school visits with that book specifically, but I've got lots coming up in October where I'm going to read it, and yeah, it'll be fun to see what the reaction is.
Well, I can imagine they will be a complete riot, because you're going to have all the children shouting out. They're just going to have such fun. But just before we end, I do just want to remind people about the activities that are available on the Oxford Owl website, because there are some fantastic things on there for children if they want to use them with their own kids in the holidays. So, do check that out, guys. It's www.oxfordowl.co.uk. And in case everybody's not aware of it, there's some brilliant stuff on there, and I've certainly used it a lot for my granddaughter.
Yeah, not great.
However, to yourself, have a fantastic summer. Now, what you haven't done, you've missed one thing. We've seen your cat. You haven't told us your cat's name,
My cat's name is Hokey, and I didn't name her. I rehomed her about 3 years ago. 3 years ago now. She's 5. She is still in here. I'll grab her so we can see her properly. But she's very sweet. She's a lovely cat.
We do love a cat. We do love a cat, and
She's
she's very
everywhere. So
she's
I'm covering cat hair all the time.
A star. Yeah.
Yeah, he's very sociable. I normally get here in every online event I do, and show pictures and videos of her on school visits as well, because everyone loves Hokey. Yeah, well, I think she converts people who are dog lovers into cat lovers too, which is nice.
It's been absolutely lovely talking to you, Simon. Thank you so much, and I can't wait for Wanna See a Llama, because I think that's going to be just as delightful. But thanks so much for giving up your time to talk to us.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.